Thursday morning. Today's the start of the day. I've got my coffee. Let's see what the day brings. What does the day bring? Good question, isn't it? What does every day bring? We all face each day and we just accept it. We accept what happens. Why? Why do we accept what happens? Why can't we change it? Why can't we be positive? We can, but our mind tries to tell us we can't. Depression and anxiety is something that tells you everything is negative. Everything. You wake up in the morning and you walk down the stairs and you find a mess from the night before. Annie, good morning. And it's a negative thing straight away. As soon as you get out of bed and come downstairs, JP, good morning. Yaim, good morning. You're exhausted. You too, Yaim. Much love. So that mess is instantly a negative thing in our mind. And instead of waking up and seeing the mess and thinking, oh God, look at that, we need to change it. We need to wake up and find the mess and think, it's a job for me to do, something to keep me going. It'll keep me occupied for half an hour. Find a positive. Find a positive. And I think that's what a lot of us fail to do. We fail to find that positive. I do. I know I do. I wake up and I find a bit of a mess and I think, oh, fuck's sake. Instead, I should wake up and think, okay, that's one job for today. That's one of my victories. Always works, you know. I like doing little victories. Little victories are massive. So try it. When you wake up in the morning and you find a mess or, you know, something, anything that could be an issue for your day. Good morning, Becky. Find a positive in it. It might just help you. That's my thought of the day. Look for the positives. Annie, how are you feeling today? How is your head? Yime, much love to you, mate, if you're still there. Try and get some sleep. Sleep's important. Your body heals when you sleep. The same with your mind. Youngo, good day to you too. Nando, good day to you. No filter is the best. Nah. Have you seen the amount of crap that stays in the filter? Alice, good morning. How are you? Filters. Always use the filter. Is sleep just deep meditation? I guess it could be. When you, oh, let me rephrase, when your body needs to repair itself, I guess is the only way I can put it, you sleep. Noodle, what's the matter, mate? What's the matter? Becky, I'll come back to you in a second. Annie, you know that I know how you feel. It's hard. It's hard. Feels like public enemy number one. Noodle, it feels that way. I've been in the supermarket and I've actually said to my wife, "Why is everyone looking at me? Why is everyone looking at me?" They're not. They're really not. It just feels that way. So try and remember, it just feels like people are looking at you. It doesn't mean they are. Becky, talk to me, mate. What's going on? After fasting for about 16 hours, the body starts to heal itself. So what would you recommend then? Fasting for 16 hours and then sleeping? Noodle, it's very possible. Annie, I completely get it. Smoking kills and adds to depression. Not true. Smoking does kill, yes. Adds to depression, no. You need your dad and he's not here. But he is. It means that they're a member, Cherry. It means they've bought memberships. Or they've had memberships gifted to them. I started watching stuff about gang stalking. What a beautiful forehead. It is, isn't it? Are you jealous? You're welcome, Cherry. And welcome to the channel. Yeah, the Surgeon General. Not the cigarettes. Sounds like schizophrenia. What, thinking that people are looking at him and watching you, sorry. Davis, go and get cut off. Go and get him cut off, mate. That'll help. Okay, let's face it. Let's face anxiety. There's a lot of us that deal with anxiety. Am I based in the US? No, I am in the UK, Bobby. Peter, according to the NHS online, I just checked, smoking can add to anxiety and depression. Just Google it if you doubt it. I don't need to, mate. I smoke. The reason I smoke is because I'm addicted to smoking. Do I like smoking? No, I don't. Does it help me? When I'm anxious, when I feel stressed, I have a cigarette. It does relieve that slightly at that time. So the NHS is wrong. Organised harassment with an end goal of getting someone sectioned. Right, okay. I'm with you. Bobby, thank you. Anxiety is something that many of us face, and it usually goes hand in hand with depression. What you need is strength. If you don't feel like you have the strength, dig deep, because you do. Dig deep. Always dig deep. When you feel like the world is just too much, dig deep. When you feel like you can't do something, dig deep. It's in there. You've got the strength. You just feel like you don't. Yesterday, I didn't think I was going to get through the day. So I kept myself busy. I kept myself occupied. My anxiety was through the roof. I felt low. I couldn't even face going live while I was in the workshop. And I spent a lot of time in the workshop yesterday. I had to dig deep. Don't leave the game on your own accord. Let the game decide when it's your time to leave. That's a good thing to say, actually. That's interesting. Is life a game? Is it a game? Is life like the Matrix? Are we just batteries in a pod in a simulation where the program for our lives is corrupt? Nah, we're better than that. We're human. We're strong. We deal with life. We face it every day. We move forward every day. If it is, it's a crap game. Ain't that a fact? Need to change it up. Mason, good morning. Good morning. Imagine that we're driving down the road, and that is our life, driving down the road. You find hills. There's uphill, there's downhill. Those uphills are a struggle. When you find yourself struggling, just drop down a gear. Drop down a gear. You can do it. Because sooner or later, you'll get to the top. You get to the top of the hill, and what goes up must come down. So that uphill struggle that you find yourself going through has to end. It can't continue forever. You can't continue going up, 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 up that hill. When you reach the top and it levels out, the cooler, how you doing, mate? You'll reach the top, it'll level out, and life will seem a little bit easier. No worries, Annie. Much love to you, mate. Thanks for being here. Yeah, I know what you mean. When it levels out, things seem better. Then you get the downhill struggles. The downhill struggles are different. Because I call the downhill struggles spirals. When you start to spiral, it's as though you're going too fast. You can't cope with all the information all at once. You're going too fast and it's too much. Peter, I smoke. Deal with it. If you don't like it, fuck off. All right? You're going downhill. You're going too fast. You're starting to spiral. You don't want to lose control. What do? Tap the brakes. Slow down a little bit. Eartha, good to see you, mate. I hope you're well, Cara. Tap the brakes. Slow it down. Going too fast when you start to spiral is soul destroying. You can't deal with all the information that you're getting. That's recent tattoo ink. It's not that recent, mate. It's about 10 years old. Why is life so difficult? Donnie, don't like it. Fuck off, mate. Same as everyone else. Yeah, Cara, just tap the brakes, mate. Tap the brakes. Am I pregnant? Yeah. What cheese am I using? Dick cheese. Okay, welcome. How are you? Sorry, okay. You have depression. Sumana, welcome. Midlife crisis. I had my first tattoo at 18. I've been having tattoos recently. Well, I say recently, I think probably about 5 years ago, the last one. Ish. It is what it is. Deal with it. Life's been on hold since high school and you're lost. Okay. So I'm guessing, just a guess, you get up in the morning, you get ready for work, and off you go to work, yeah? Is that about right? Donnie, as most of my tattoos are hidden, then no. I want to reach out and grab you. Where's the moderators at? They're here, mate. Don't worry. Don't worry about it. Is this a pleasure zone? Do you reckon? Okay, my day's going okay, actually. Okay. Um, I woke up with a hangover from hell, even though I don't drink. Um, why that is, I don't know. Maybe I just didn't drink enough last night. I I don't drink coffee in the afternoons and evenings anymore. I cut that out. I used to drink coffee 24/7, literally. I would have coffee when I went to bed. I would have coffee when I woke up. I would have coffee throughout the day. Um, always coffee, never anything else. So yeah, it was dehydration. My meds make me thirsty. Normally, I will drink 2 or 3 pints of I'll say fruit juice. It's squash. We call it squash. You dilute it with water. Um, I don't know what you call it over in America. I'll normally drink 2 or 3 pints of that before I go to bed. Um, last night I only drank a pint, so I think probably yes, same sort of thing. Noodle. So Yeah, I only drank a pint last night instead of the usual two or three, which I think is why I woke up with a headache this morning, feeling like I had a hangover. But it's gone now. I feel much better. That can give you a dry mouth. I take duloxetine, um, and yeah, and pregabalin as well. Pregabalin is anti-anxiety. It's actually an epilepsy drug, but they use it for anxiety and also as a nerve blocker for nerve pain or any kind of pain, I guess. So yeah, that I take those. I'm a bit anxious today about my meds because today's day 7 of the week for me with my meds. I only get 1 week at a time with my meds. So when it comes to day 7 and I've got no meds, I get anxious that I'm not gonna have any for tomorrow because the doctor only gives me 7 days at a time. Simply because I attempted to overdose back in January. The change of meds has helped massively. It is, Frankie. It is. Good morning, Joe. I put a short out this morning, about 5 minutes before I went live, about that one strong friend. I'm glad I'm still with us as well. I regret it wholeheartedly. Wholeheartedly, I regret what I did. High dose of sertraline, 100. Yeah, I used to take sertraline as well. I think I was on the same dose. Um, yeah, I was. I was on 100 milligram of sertraline every day, and I was getting suicidal thoughts. So they raised the dosage to 150 per day, and it increased the suicidal thoughts rather than decreased. So when I went to see um, the psychiatrist instantly changed my medication. Yeah, pregabalin are addictive. They are addictive. They're good for anxiety. I don't find that I have an addictive personality. Propanol. I've not been on that. I've not tried that one. You have trouble sleeping. Yeah, sleeping is something that I really, really struggled with. I would sit awake till 3 a.m. most days, trying to sleep and failing. It drive me insane until they changed my meds. And when they changed my meds, it was like I got a full 8 hours sleep. I don't know what the change was. Oxy, no. Meds are difficult. They are difficult. Hello, Marley. You sat on my feet, mate. My dog's literally sat on my feet. certain meds will keep us awake. They'll cause insomnia, and you just have to deal with that. You just have to deal with it. You've been trying to quit. Keep trying. Keep trying. Don't give up. Never give up giving up. It's the same with smoking. Never give up giving up. I want to quit smoking. At some point, I will. Yeah, he's quite happy. His head on my feet. Anxiety is a bitch. It really is. Smash the like, guys. There's 20 people in the chat right now. Smash the like. At least half of you haven't. Nice. You have to take sleeping pills. I've not taken sleeping pills for a long time, Anna. The tablets that I've been given, they're not necessarily a sleeping pill. They're an antihistamine, but they do help me sleep. Unfortunately, I can't take them every day, but I do manage to sleep better now than I used to. Good morning, Sunday. Lovely to see you. I hope you are feeling good this morning. You've been doing a lot of traveling, Sunday. The short I put out this morning was to check on your friend. Check on your friend. That one friend that's always strong, the one friend that's always got it together. That one friend that never needs help. Now and then, that one friend is having a hard time and you just don't see it. Where are you someday? So just check in. Just say, how are you doing, mate? How are you? Are you okay? Do you need anything? Anything I can help with? The medicine that helps me sleep. I'm not sure of the name of it. I can't give you the name of it because my wife has my meds. I don't control my meds anymore. She has full control of my meds because I did something stupid. It's a secret. When do we find out? Someday. It's quite funny when people come in and say, go and put some clothes on. I'm wearing more now than I would if I was at the swimming pool. So just think about that. You go to the swimming pool, for a man, you wear shorts, just a pair of shorts. I'm more covered now than I would be if I was at the swimming pool. Shani, good morning. I'm feeling okay, thank you. I know that you're bound to be having a wonderful day. You always are. Some people are so rude. They are. Almost hand-fed your pheasant yesterday. Nice. It's getting tame. Getting tame. What you doing, Miles? What you doing? Are you quite comfortable there on my feet? Eh? Are you quite comfortable there on my feet? I think today needs to be about positive vibes. Positive vibes. How do we be positive? How do we have positive vibes when depression takes over, anxiety takes over? You look at a task. Ideals, good morning. Thank you. Don't forget to smash that like, mate. That's cute. Nice. You look at a task and you become overwhelmed. A perfect example is my workshop. I go out in my workshop and I get overwhelmed because there's so much mess in there because I started doing stuff and I just haven't got round to doing any more. And I feel like I'm failing at doing it. But the reason I feel like I'm failing is because I get overwhelmed. I look at what needs to be done and I look at it as a whole. It's massive. It's a massive task for me. However, if you break down that task into small tasks, little tasks, little things in one room that need doing. So imagine you're in my workshop and there's just mess everywhere. First things first, clear up any of the rubbish, let's say. Yeah, manageable chunks. So I started the workshop and I made more mess because it needed to be done. So I made more mess. But then I started to put things together and gradually it was looking better. The building stuff is easy for me. Putting things together is easy. Organization used to be easy, but now it's not quite so easy. Fun, good to see you, mate. I'm doing very well, thank you. So I've got to the point where I've finished the building side of things up to a point as far as I can go. Anna, that will not do you any good. All that will do is leave sadness and pain for other people. Please don't think that way. The more I talk, the more you think I've got ADHD. I am told that I may have ADHD. We'll see. We'll see. I will be going to have an assessment at some point. Venom, good morning. I'm good, mate. And down the shed today. Probably later on, yes. Exactly, exactly, Cara. It doesn't end the pain; it passes it on. It passes it on to your loved ones. It leaves a scar. Fun. That's a good question. There's many different reasons. There's so many different reasons. There's different reasons for all sorts of things. So when I say that, it doesn't make sense. But bear with me a second. If I miss your comments, don't worry. I'll come back to you. When I say different reasons for different things, it's obvious, isn't it? However, you break it down to depression and anxiety. With many different illnesses, we'll say, like ADHD, PTSD, all of it, all these different acronyms, shall we say, brings its own challenges, but sooner or later you'll find that all of those things have the same link. They all have that link to depression and anxiety. My depression stems back to my childhood, which I hadn't realised until recently. Um, I'd always put it down to the time where I moved away from my children. And I was wrong, because it's not just that. There's other reasons as well as that. An abusive childhood. Um, just mentioning it brings all these different images into my mind, just from saying an abusive childhood. And it's like all these different images from when I was little of things that went on. It was kind of difficult. I was a loner when I was a kid. I had friends. I used to go out and play with friends. But most of the time I'd choose to stay at home. I'd choose to stay at home and play computer games and get lost in computer games, which also led to me being bullied and abused physically, like beaten by my first stepdad. He would beat me on a daily basis. And I had to deal with that. I had to get my mind around it. And it was really difficult. And I didn't realize how much it had affected my life growing up. I didn't realize that it was part of the cause of my depression. And it's only recently that I was told, you have PTSD from childhood abuse. Can you hear my dog snoring? I thought I'd move forward from there. I thought that my issues were down to, like I say, moving away from my children. He's asleep. He's fast asleep on my feet, snoring. And it's hard to think back to the time when I was young. I don't have any memories of, or good memories of my childhood. I couldn't tell you any. I honestly can't look back and say I have happy memories of childhood. My wife will sit and she'll say about when she was young and she was visiting her gran, and she'd do this with her gran and she'd do that with her gran. And I think I didn't have any of that. I didn't have any of it. And when I became an adult, I had one goal in life. One. I wanted to be a good dad to my kids and give them everything I didn't have. I wanted to be there. I wanted them to have a proper family, mum, dad, and kids. Um, and it didn't happen, which made me feel like a failure. And I kept on trying and trying and trying to make that happen. I wanted that family life. And I never achieved it. I never will now. I'll never achieve that family life. And that to me is a failure. Sorry, I've completely ignored the chat. Thank you, fun. Yeah, sorry, I'm back. Crafty's done, mate. I'm good, fun. Don't worry. I don't want too many mods, mate. I've got too many as it is. Although I'm fucked if I know where they are today. Let's go and get some more coffee. So, yeah, strength. Having the strength to overcome anxiety, having the strength to deal with life. It's hard. It's hard. But you can do it. You're learning. Joe, welcome. Do I believe in generational curses? If so, mate, I'm certainly cursed. People have bad things happen in their lives and it can cause depression. Um, and there's a certain point where you start to think, wow, now it's time that something good happens in my life. Nothing else can go wrong, surely. I've had enough bad stuff happen in my lifetime for 3 people. Cheers, Venom. Take care, mate. I've had enough bullshit and crap, abuse, lies, destruction to last me a lifetime, and another 2 lifetimes after that. And we think to ourselves, nothing else can go wrong. Nothing else can bother me like it has. Nothing else in my life can be negative. Surely karma will come around and it's time for me to get some good in my life. I try and do good things. I try and live a wholesome life, shall we say. And things go wrong. Every day for me is it's difficult. It's difficult to move forward. Sister tells never ever again. Stop. Good luck with that. I agree, Bexy. I agree. There's no need for physical punishment. I believe that parents today tell their children too much. They give them too much information. They talk about bills. They talk about how much debt there is. They things that children don't need to know. Fun. I wish I knew. I wish I had the answer to that question. I don't know how to cure depression. I don't think there is any cure. That's nice, Mason. I don't think there's a cure. I think that depression, once you suffer with it, it will always be there. Always, till the day you die. However, you can have it under control. Daniel, good to see you, mate. You can have it under control. I've had it under control. I had it under control for many years. I faced every day. I suffered different challenges every day. Dealt with clients. I dealt with managing materials. I had the stress of being self-employed, of having my own company, and I dealt with it. I controlled it. I kept that mental state on a level because I kept busy. What happened that messed that up for me was physical health. Physical health brought me to a point where I could no longer go to work and do the job that I used to do. I wish I had took the time to teach somebody else what I did and trust them to leave the same um, quality work as I would leave, because then I could have continued to work without actually going to work. So when it got to the point where I could no longer work, um, my mental health started to deteriorate. Adam, I'm bald, deal with it. But I've got an amazing beard. It's pretty strong. As the depression started to take hold again, when I stopped working, I was sort of, my depression would gradually get worse and worse and worse over the years. I was a traditional plasterer, so I would do work on properties, anything from the 11th century, so from 1047 ish, all the way up to modern builds. I specialised in lime plaster, lime render, and I was good at it. I was one of the best in the country, and it's all gone. I can never go back to it. It's like my whole life's work came to nothing. And what do you do? What can you do? I can't go and teach because I can't use the tools. I can explain, but explaining what I used to do just doesn't cut it. You need to be able to show somebody. So it's that whole lifetime of learning a trade so that you will never, ever have to be in any other job was just wasted. When I started the trade, I was told by one of the guys that taught me, you learn to do this and you'll never need to look for work again. And it's true. I never needed to look for work. I was always in work. I was always able to do what I did until I couldn't. And that's soul destroying. And that's where my depression started again. I'd suffered with depression before, but as I said, it was under control. I always managed to keep it under control. There would be times where I'd have a spiral and things would get on top of me. There was one particular time where my wife, then girlfriend, found me sat on the bed rocking, literally rocking. And I was begging her not to let them lock me up, not to let them section me, because I was in a mess, because my mental health had deteriorated, because I'd been on a spiral. My point of all this is we get through it. No matter how bad it is, no matter how soul destroying it is, we get through it. We fight, we push, we move forward. And we came out the other side every time. We've gone into a spiral, we've gone into the depression, and we've always come out of the other side. And that's something that everyone needs to remember. It's not the end. So when you feel like you can't move forward, you can't carry on, you can't keep fighting, dig deep. Dig deep. Look as deep inside yourself as you can to find a way of moving forward. It's there. Your strength is still there. That strength that you've always had, that has always got you through, that has always pushed you to move forward. It's there. Dig deep. You've got this. Today seems like a very strange life. No laughing, no joking. But this is the reality of what we suffer, isn't it? It is a slow life. There's not anybody viewing, to be fair, today. Views are very low. But I don't mind. It is what it is. Half of my mods are missing. Maybe I've upset some people. Who knows? This is normal for me. Imagine mods are my friends. Imagine the mods were my friends. I'd have the mods in the chat and they'd be chatting away and they'd be controlling everything, but they're my friends. Remember that. They're my friends. So I can talk to them and I can get involved with them and so on. Until they're not my friends anymore. Because they don't like either my honesty or my brutal fucking truth or the way I handle something. Thank you, Cara. And all of a sudden, that friend that you've had for most of your life turns the back because things aren't going normal. My depression stems from the fact that I couldn't truly relate to my wife because I couldn't share the cancer with her. One day for cancer this way. Still, could you explain that a little bit more, please? I'm not sure I understood it. Who had the cancer? Who was suffering from cancer? Elizabeth, good morning. You struggle on a daily. You always get through. You do always get through. You always push forward. You always dig deep and find that little bit of strength that you need. When your day seems impossible, when your day seems like everything's against you, there's no way of moving forward, you still get through it. CC, why not get out and move? Go for a walk, go volunteer and help someone. Go get a different job. Life sucks. Things change. We have to start over. Can't sit and play victim and woe is me. That is a very good point. So let's answer all of those comments, all of those ideas. I get up every day. I get out and I do things. I go for walks. I go out in a workshop and I make things. I fix things. I sell things. As for a job, you're looking at it. This is my job. Cancer was one thing I couldn't truly share with her. It would be a blessing. Still, I can't put it any more simple than that. YouTube doesn't pay anything. You're wrong. YouTube does pay. YouTube does pay. Elizabeth, exactly right. So, still, what I'm going to say, okay, although I haven't lost anyone close to me in that way to cancer, I've had the fear of cancer sitting over me for many, many years. I think it's at least a decade. And it's not for me. It's not my cancer. My wife has a gene, a freak gene that causes tumours to grow. In the past 10 years, she has had 14 surgeries to remove tumours. The majority of those were breast surgery to remove tumours. She's also had two tumours in her face. One in the upper side of her jaw and one in the lower side of her jaw. She's also had a complete abdominal hysterectomy because she had a tumour. Now, she's been very lucky indeed. And you're thinking, how can somebody that's had so many tumours over such a short period of time be lucky? Only one of those tumours were malignant. All the rest were not cancerous. All the rest were benign. I couldn't think of the word, sorry. And touch wood, That's how it's going to continue. It's going to be the rest of the tumours that she will have indefinitely for the rest of her life. We hope, we pray that they're going to be the same. Hence, my wife and I had this tattoo. Luke, good morning. The problem is, my wife feels like she is dealing with it alone because I can't feel what she feels about it. It's happening to her, it's not happening to us as far as she sees. But for me, like you say, it's not something that you can share. I can't take away the pain, I can't take away the suffering, I can't take away any of it. And it's heartbreaking. I'm 70% sure that we're going to go through it all again soon, very soon. And I can't take any of that away. I can't take it away. I can't help. And all I can do is be there and support. You know, all I can do is support. It's become part of our life. And you think, after the first time, you think, that's it. This isn't going to do it and happen again. This isn't going to hit us again. And then a couple of months down the line, it happens again, and then again, and again. At what point does life stop beating you down? At what point? When does life give you a break? I've got wounds all over my hands, mate, from woodworking. Just double tap the screen. Double tap the screen. Harry Fairgrey. Thank you. I don't think so, but I appreciate it. Someone said to me not very long ago, you need to learn to take a compliment. When someone says something positive about you, you need to accept it. No, I can't. I can't accept it. I apologise for being a little bit emotional. It's quite a difficult thing to talk about because I don't have anyone to talk to about it. I've never had anyone to talk to about it, and I can't talk to my wife about it because she's got to go through worse by it happening to her. So, yeah, rolling around and being a carrot. Carrots have feelings too. Over an hour being live and only 22 likes. Only 22. Smash the like, people. Becky, this channel is about a community. It's about people being there in the chat to support each other, be there for each other, offer coping mechanisms to each other. It's not about me, and I've just made it about me, and for that I apologize, because it's about you. No, Mason, I don't. Greetings from Israel. Welcome. Yeah, it's about everyone. So let's get back to what I was originally saying. Depression takes over, anxiety takes over. You have to dig deep and find the strength to get through. How do you do that some days? You wake up in the morning and you just don't have the strength. You just can't face it. You can't face the day. And all you want to do is stay in bed. No, it's not true fun. All you want to do is stay in bed. So you hide under the duvet and pretend it's not happening. You just hide. Get out of bed. Get up. Don't fucking waste your life hiding. Get up. Get dressed, have a wash, brush your teeth, get some breakfast, have a cup of coffee, do the things that you've got to do. Face the day. Fight. I've wasted so much of my life hiding away. Why? Why hide away? Life is for living. It's not about hiding under the duvet and pretending that it's not going on. Jen, how you doing? 23 likes, smash the like, people. Find something to do. Go for a walk. There is a stigma, 100%, and that's what I'm fighting against. I'm fighting against that stigma because men and women bottle it up and don't talk about it because it's not what we do. We're taught as kids, you don't talk about your feelings. Big boys don't cry. Big boys don't cry. Only girls cry. What utter bollocks. Utter fucking bollocks. Today, no thank you. That's exactly my point. That's exactly my point. Do I have a mate? I don't really have mates. I have one. One. One that I can talk to, one that I can open up to. But that mate doesn't understand it. That mate doesn't have depression or anxiety. Carol, good morning. Hope you're getting out today. Mason, if it's helping, do it. I talk to my dog. Daft, innit? Talk to my dog. I tell my dog how I'm feeling. And funnily enough, he listens. He takes it in. I have indeed, Bexy. Andy Man's Club. Yeah, Andy's Man Club even. There is an Andy's Man Club not far from me, actually. And Debbie, good morning. My wife said to me, why don't you go and get involved? Which is fine, I could do that. I could go and get involved. But I couldn't sit in a room full of people. That's my problem. People. Dogs are the best listeners, Claire. They're amazing. And good morning, Claire. You're depressed yet happy. Being depressed doesn't mean that you're sad all the time. It doesn't mean you're sad all the time. Christ, I can sit here and I can laugh and joke for 2 hours solid. And it's good, No, I don't grow my own tobacco. You can be happy and depressed at the same time. Suffering with depression does not mean sadness 24/7. A cigarette won't stay lit. So, as my generation, at least, I don't know about other generations, but my generation, as we were growing up, we were told, you don't talk about your feelings. You don't cry. You don't do anything. You just get on with it. Deal with it. I remember coming in one day. I wanted to come home. I wanted to get in the house because it was raining. It was only very fine drizzle. And we had the saying that it would be spitting with rain. I don't know if anyone else has that saying, but I remember coming home at the age of 6 and saying, "Can I come in? I want to come in because it's spitting." And I just wanted to get in the house. And I was told, "Go out, spit back. It's not going to kill you. You're not an aspirin, you won't dissolve," is all the things that I was said. Yeah, Bexy, very true. So that point alone is part of the reason that I started doing the vlog. This was originally a vlog. It was a way of me opening up about depression and anxiety and showing people around the world that you can talk about your feelings. And it transformed into what it is now. It became different to what I originally intended it for. I'm amazed. Every day I'm amazed how it's changed. And it's become about a community of people supporting each other instead of me talking about my shit and trying to destigmatize depression. I'm proud of what the channel is doing, but also I'm disappointed that I'm not reaching more people. The algorithm doesn't like the honesty, I suspect. Fucking algorithm. We're on food now, are we? We're talking about food. Yeah, the algorithm's messed up. It's not a choice, is it? Yeah. Suck it up. Man up. Put your big boy pants on, is what I was told. Put your big boy pants on. Suck it up. That's life, deal with it, sort of thing, you know? And it's not. Oh, don't start on sausage rolls. I like sausage rolls. Smile, it could be worse, yeah. People don't understand what goes on in our minds. It could be worse. I could be homeless. I could have nowhere to live. I could be, I don't know, whatever. Whatever. There's many things. I mean, people look at where I live and they say, oh, what have you got to be depressed about? They look at my relationship with my wife and say, what have you got to be depressed about? You've got a loving wife, you've got a lovely dog, you've got a house, you've got somewhere nice to live, you've got this, you've got that. Do you think that makes any difference? Does that make any fucking difference to the way your mind works? Do you think that any of those things matters to depression? Fear of it might never happen. Yeah. There's people that I know, not friends, but people that I know, people that are around me in my life that suffer with anxiety, and they don't know why. They don't know the reasons, but they suffer with it anyway. Partly from OCD, and they don't know how to deal with it. Somebody that will walk into a room, a dark room, and turn the light on, but have to do the light switch so many times. Somebody that will have to hit the toothbrush against the sink so many times. It's a little bit different for men than it is for women because, changing the subject briefly, men can lose everything, absolutely everything, and they can start again, and they can start again very easily. I've done it 3 times, 4 times, lost everything, started again, started to get things back, lost everything again. My ex-wife robbed me of £40,000 over a period of, I think, 2 years. She was siphoning the money off from one account to another and didn't tell me. So when I asked, because I didn't have control of the money, when I asked to have some money to go and visit my children, she'd say, "We haven't got the money." I worked my bollocks off. I worked my absolute bollocks off. I was working from 6 a.m. till 10 p.m. some days. Sun up to sundown, literally. And every week, my pay would go into her account, her bank account, every week, without fail. No divorce settlement, she got everything, mate. Absolutely everything. And I walked away because I was in a controlling relationship, because I was getting abused in that way. And it wasn't until after the fact I realised what had happened. I didn't know what had happened. I walked away with an empty bank account, the clothes on my back. But my point of it all is, it's not about what happened. My point of it all is, I started again. I started again. I rebuilt my business. I started from scratch and I did well again. There was a point where I was earning anything up to £2,000 a week. A week. And it all went. It's all gone. All I was left with was debt. Yeah, £40,000. How can you miss that sort of money? Oh, by the way, True Start coffee. True Start coffee is the best way to start your day. And that's not an advertisement because I don't get anything from it. I've just never had a coffee as good. Is it possible to forgive someone? I didn't hold any malice towards that person. It is what it is. It's done. You can't change what's happened. You can't change the past. You can't change the past. You can't change things that have. Yesterday's gone. Tomorrow's not here. All we can do is face today. So holding a grudge won't get you anywhere. All that does is, what's the word I'm looking for? It poisons your soul. It, it poisons you. Why? Why should you allow something like that to poison the way you live your life, to ruin the way you live your life? So don't hold a grudge. It doesn't do any good. Yeah, it goes mouldy and rots. There's people in my life that have tried to hurt me. They've tried to destroy me. Nearly did. But I got through it and I keep fighting. Lank, it's just a cigarette, mate. It's just a cigarette. So if I was to hold a grudge against the person or people that had tried to ruin my life and tried to destroy me, then I wouldn't be here anymore. Then they would have won. But I am here and I am moving forward and I am facing life. Despite the challenges, I'm still living. And that's what you need to do. Al Capone, thank you, but no thanks. Lovely offer. I don't think my wife would agree. And you ain't my type anyway. Cara, I don't think it's forgiving them. I think it has to become indifference. You don't have to forgive anyone. I don't forgive anyone. I'm indifferent. I don't care. There's a saying that shows the vast difference between life and death. And it's a sign of indifference. It's saying, I don't care whether someone lives or dies. and it's indifference. And that's what it has to become, not forgiveness. You don't have to forgive someone. You have to be indifferent. You have to just say, I don't give a shit. But you have to feel it. It's no good just saying it. You have to feel it genuinely. You have to feel like, oh, well, I've got this ability to just, that's done. Does that make sense? You just prove you can do better. I think that's a difficult thing for people to do, Cara. Um, you say that you forgive, then move on. I just move on. I don't forgive. I just don't care anymore. Once I move on from a certain situation, it's done. It's completely finished because I've moved on and it doesn't matter. It's, I don't understand how I can do it. I don't know how I can do that. I don't get it. Maybe it's my superpower. Maybe it's my superpower. Cara, could you get rid of that dickhead? I fucking kick him out every day. Thank you. You haven't replied. Yeah, that's all right, mate. That's all right. You shall never apologise. Yes, you have to. You have to move past it. Um, my mum doesn't get it. My mum doesn't get it. Not that it makes any difference whatsoever to me. What's really sad about my mum is when my mum married my second stepfather, who I call dad, he has been more of a father to me than anyone could ever have been. And he became my dad from the age of 11. I'd known him my whole life. Um, at the age of 13, my then dad, he had a nervous breakdown. He was hospitalized. He self-referred himself. He self-referred to the mental hospital, and he spent about a year, 6 months to a year, in the hospital. When he came out, he was never the same. He was never the same person. Um, he was diagnosed with paranoid schizophrenia at 17. When I was 17, him and my mum got married. The robe is back, indeed. When my mum and he got married, she knew the situation. She knew that he was a paranoid schizophrenic. She knew that he suffered with depression. And she married him anyway. Roll on 20 years. She divorced him. She divorced him for the same reasons that she knew about when they got married. I don't get that. No, you're all good, Cara. I don't get that, and I'll never understand it, and I never forgive her for it. How can you marry somebody knowing what their afflictions are and then divorce them for those afflictions? How can you do that? Did she think she could save him? I don't know. I don't think she cared whether she could save him or not. No, I don't think that was it at all. I don't think that was it at all. I think she got a better offer. If I'm honest, I think she got a better offer because she cheated on him. Can't prove it, but pretty sure she did. And she sat at his funeral and sobbed. After years of him being alone, suffering with my sister looking after him because he couldn't do the normal everyday things. Got to enjoy your coffee, mate. Can't read it. It says, I can't adult today. Anyway, on a different note, let me show you something. Yesterday, I started working on this. I'd already got so far with it. Does anyone recognize it? Does anyone know what it is? Just by looking at the head. Forget the body, look at the head. Yes, it's hair, but which hair? What is specific about this hair? Does anyone know? No, it's not a rabbit, it's a hare. But it's a specific one. Do you know which? Lee, good morning. It's a hare. Not Alice in Wonderland. I'll tell you which hare it is. It is the hare from Watership Down. Hence the scar on the nose. So if you've seen Watership Down, this is the hair from Watership Down. That's what I'm working on. You've never seen Watership Down? You need to watch it and prepare to cry. I couldn't get the head correct. I couldn't get it how I wanted it. And because the ears are back, because it's fighting, they don't look long enough. However, if the ears were up, they would be about there. So they are quite long. Yeah. So this, do you remember the hair in Watership Down? Maxwell, good morning, sir. How are you? Cara, I don't know about amazing. I'm just a normal everyday fella. The head isn't fucking stuck. I need to fix that. The head's not sticking right. See? Yeah, I need to figure that out. It's not quite seeing right. I think I know why, but I might not. Yeah, it's just not sitting right. So I need to figure that out. I'll sort that out later. You think. Nice play on words. Gruesome and a bit scary. Yeah. So do you recognise the scars on the nose of the hair? This eye is not the same because it's blind in one eye. It's only got one good eye, which is why the eyes look weird. See it? Watership Down. You need to. No, I'm not, Elizabeth. I'm not. I need to figure out how I'm going to make that eye look blind compared to the other. I've got to figure that out. I don't know how I'm going to do that yet. Essex lad, I stole it from your mum's. They did do a remake. The remake was 3D instead of animated. It's not the same. Have I got a handheld Dremel? No, I haven't. I did it all by hand with knife, sanding disc, and sandpaper. Yeah, thanks. Tell me, Essex lad, what is the point in going into people's channels and saying stupid shit like that? What do you get from it? Yeah, Bright Eyes, Simon and Garfunkel. When women call you handsome, you get confused. You can't see his original comment. Click the cog and select all messages, all comments. His original comment was, "Why do you have a painting of Jeffrey Epstein scuba diving on your back wall?" We got 20 minutes left and we haven't even hit fucking 50 likes. What is going on? How old are we? 10? Yeah. That's what I said. What's the point? What do you get out of doing that? Stupid little comments like that. What do you get out of it? Thank you, Cara. You're 20 with mental. I'm nearly 50 with the mental age of like 15. It is a really sad film, but it's really good. It's even better than Lord of the Rings. Yeah, genuinely want to know. He's probably left by now because I had to come back for his comment. Most people would just ban him. Kara's a troll, did you not know? Better than Lord of the Rings. I didn't say it was better. It's along the same sort of lines, but it's different. She's the resident troll. Kara is indeed a troll. Yeah, it is. It's similar to Lord of the Rings, but different. It's similar as in it's animated. Not the one I'm thinking of. I don't think I want to know. I can imagine though. Yeah. Someone left a comment on my community page a couple of days ago. And I'd never seen this person before. And they were giving me abuse. And I was like, I don't even know who you are. And then they realised that they'd sent the message to the wrong person. And they'd actually commented on my Instagram page as well, saying privately, I should add, saying, I do apologise. It wasn't for you. I wonder why the head didn't stick. Oh, I wonder why. I've been scrolling for a while, but finally I found someone. Be happy you're cute enough to gain too. Well, when I left your house this morning, your mum was telling me that you struggle with gooning because you've got such a small penis. Mikey's making stuff. What it do? What we're up so early for? It's not early for us, mate. It's nearly midday. Mike makes stuff. Bless you too. I don't know about God, but bless you. That's what it do, Mike. That's what it do. This is what I've been working on. The scary hair from Watership Down. It was a fucking arsehole to carve. Seriously, it was an absolute bastard to carve. Getting that shape just right, it's fucking ridiculous. I mean, you can tell what it is now, whereas before you couldn't really tell. It was just, yeah. And now I'm contemplating restarting the body that I have. It comes with instructions. Mike is one of the people that would write the instructions, and he'd write it in such a way that you would never fucking understand it. Pissed off and determined. You're making another bit. Give me a minute series. Ooh, that sounds interesting, Mike. That sounds interesting. Mike, I've got to say, mate, I'm glad to see that you have bounced back. Is that the word I'm looking for? You've bounced back from the bullshit and stresses of everyday life and the things that you deal with personally. Well done. I'm pretty pissed off that I've been live for 112 minutes. I've got 8 minutes to go and I'm only on 35 likes. That's what I'm pissed off about. Is Mike the reason it's in Japanese? Mike could probably put it in Russian as well if you wanted him to. Mike is a very clever man. He's cleverer than I am. But we've all got our ways. Spread my butt cheeks for the live stream. That's what I said to your mum last night. Just saying. How do I not let the trolls get to me? Sometimes they do. Sometimes. Sometimes they bother me. It depends on what they come at me with. It all depends on what they come at me with. If they get me on the wrong day, I can lose my shit. That's what she said. Yeah. What am I doing today? I'm going to be getting dressed when I finish my live in a minute. I've got 5 minutes to go. 35 likes. It's fucking diabolical. Diabolical. It just makes me feel like the channel's failing. If I'm honest. 35 likes. What the fuck? Because they're so worthless and they'll never be anything. I think it's more a case of their projecting. Go and get dressed, you mope. How about suck my bell end, you great prick? There we go. I will be in the workshop, yes. And I've got a choice of either working on this body to make it look like it belongs to the hare's head, or getting a log and creating a new body. Yeah, bell end. Absolute fucking bell end. A proper ball bag, yeah. If arseholes could fly, you'd be a fucking airport. Yeah, bollocks. Bollocks are what are inside the ball bag. People like that make my arse wink. They really do. It's like, how can I put it? When God was giving out brains, they thought he said trains and missed the last one. That's the sort of people they are. Mason is not a troll. Mason is not a troll. He's a good bloke. Bum, 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 bum. In with your purse. Yeah. Elizabeth, you are more than welcome. I'm glad it helps. I wish I could help more. I wish that the people that it was helping would smash the like, just to show me that I'm not here wasting my time and effort. Because I do feel like sometimes that it's just a waste of effort. Batman Begins. Hello, sir. Met a Swedish lady streamer in her 50s and looks exactly like your late mum. I don't think I want to know any more than that. It's definitely not. Thank you, mate. Matt, how you doing? Where have you been? Smash the like, people. Smash the like. Help you goon your little penis. Why don't you go and find another channel, mate? Honestly. Go and find another channel. This is not the channel you are looking for. This is not the channel that you're looking for. Make them all sit in the corner and do it. Right, people, my time is up. My time is up. Morning coffee is over. So, yeah, Star Wars reference. I am your father, Luke. Bend over, you will. Show me your dark side. I will be back in a little while. I'm going to go and get dressed, get myself sorted out, and I will be going live again in the workshop. So much love to you all. Thank you for being here. Smash the like before I go. I'm going to give you a countdown. 5, 4, double tap them screens. 3, 2, and 1. Mike, take care, mate. I'll catch you in a bit. Have a great day, people. Much love to you all. Bye for now.